I'm Isabella Cox, and this is my DJA number 1 for Inclusive Assessment in Practice. Slide number 2, the purpose of assessment in teaching. Assessment plays a critical role in teaching because it guides instruction and helps close learning gaps. Assessment allows teachers to monitor programs, identify strengths and needs, and adjust instruction based on student data. It is important to understand that assessment is not the same as testing. Testing is only one method of an assessment. Assessment also includes informal strategies such as observations, curriculum-based measures, performance tasks, and progressive monitoring. Teachers use assessment daily to support inclusive instruction and provide early intervention before learning difficulties increase. Down here I have a picture, the purposes of assessment, and then my in-text citations. Slide number 3, historical versus contemporary models. Historical assessments follow a traditional referral model where students were identified as struggling, referred for evaluations, tested, and then placed into special education if eligible. This approach often led to an increase in referrals and special education placements. Contemporary models emphasize problem solving rather than labeling. This problem solving model and response to intervention framework focuses on early research-based intervention and ongoing progress monitoring before referral. This shift supports inclusive practices and ensures that instructional changes are attempted before special education evaluation. Over here is my in-text citation. Next is slide number 4, legal foundations. Legal mandates strongly influence assessment practices. Federal legislation, such as the Individuals with Disability Education Act, emphasizes appropriate non-discriminatory evaluation procedures and access to general education curriculum. Assessments must be designed to measure progress, guide instruction, and ensure accountability. These laws protect students' rights and require schools to make thoughtful, ethical decisions about evaluation and educational services. Here's a picture, and my in-text citation is right over here. Slide number 5, culturally responsive assessment. Disproportionality occurs when students from certain racial, ethnic, or linguistic backgrounds are overrepresented in special education. Cultural and environmental factors can influence referral and eligibility decisions, especially in disability categories that rely heavily on professional judgment. Teachers must consider instruction, classroom environment, and access to resources before assuming a disability. Cultural response assessment practice helps reduce bias, promote equity, and support accurate identification of students' needs. Here I have a picture and then my in-text citation right above. Slide number 6, MTSS, error analysis, and ecological assessment. I have my 4 bullet points right here, and I'm going to go over what I summarized. Multi-tier systems of support provide increasing levels of intervention based on student needs. Most students are successful with high-quality core instruction, while others may require targeted or intensive interventions. Error analysis allows students to study patterns in student mistakes to better understand learning difficulties. Ecological assessment focuses on environmental factors such as instruction, classroom structure, and teacher-student interaction. Together, these practices promote early intervention and inclusive assessment. Down below, I have a multi-tier support picture, and then my in-text citation right above. Slide number 7, assessment planning and ethics. I have my 4 bullet points and my in-text citation right across from it. Assessment planning requires individualized assessment plans based on documented concerns and intervention history. Evaluations must use multiple assessment tools and be administered by trained professionals. Ethical assessment practices include fairness, confidentiality, non discrimination, and family involvement. These principles ensure the assessment supports students and guides effective instructional planning. Okay. Slide number 8 were my key takeaways. I have 3 bullet points for this slide. I have the 3 key takeaways from chapter 1 are that assessment should guide instruction, intervention should occur before the referral, and assessment practice must be inclusive, ethical, and cultural responsive. Effective assessment allows educators to support diverse learners, prevent unnecessary referrals, and create equitable learning environments. Those were my 3 takeaways from chapter 1. And then my very last slide number 9, was my reference page. And I typed it right here, Overton and Jordan, Inclusive Assessment and an Applied Approach 9th edition, Pearson. This was my Google slideshow over inclusive assessment and practice, and I hope you liked it. Thank you.